Good morning.
Take it to trial. Welcome in, grab a seat, hit the like and subscribe. The Sweet Peas on the mic with that spicy little vibe. Got the courtroom streaming in the chat, going wild. We're debating heavy topics, but still laughing like a child. From objections to confessions to the judge's side eye. If it's justice and it's messy, we gon' talk about why. Every day's a new case, every moment's a ride. And when Sweet Peas in the building, we be learning with pride. Minds on deck, keep the room running smooth. Film free therapist, you know, keeping everyone in the groove. Right with the facts, pretty brown girl with the sass. Moreldia and Fowler keep the peace in the chat. But Jason walks in and the ladies collapse. Chocolate, take it to trial, where the truth gets loud and the laughs run wild. Sweet Peas got the spice, she's the queen of the aisle. Chat fam rolling deep, we've been here a while. Lights on, mics up, we gon' do this right. Take it to trial, every day, every night. Take it to trial. Morning shows are sharp, afternoon is on fire. And we catch every moment that the court might inspire. From witnesses whispering, the lawyers trying to hard. You know Sweet Pea breaks it down like a legal tarot card. Chats cracking jokes, dropping theories on the fly. We're serious when it counts, but we still testify. Minds hold it down when the trolls try to play. If you write a line, court adjourned for the day. But when Jason logs in with that deep hello sound, the ladies in the chat, man, they all fall down. Take it, 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 take it to trial, where the truth gets loud and the laughs run wild. Sweet Peas got the spice, she's the queen of the aisle. Chat fam rolling deep, we've been here a while. Lights on, mics up, we gon' do this right. Take it to trial, every day, every night. Take it to trial. When the sun goes down and the cases get deep, after dark gets spicy, no secrets to keep. Taboo topics, big laugh, slap, happy crew. Sweet Pea says behave, but we never really do. It's opinions, confessions, stories untold, but we handle it with heart like the chat made of gold. Take it to trial, from day to night and every wild mile. Sweet Peas kneeling strong with her trademark style, and the fam in the chat always makes it worthwhile. Turn it up, show some love, hit the like on sight. Take it to trial, yeah, we live tonight. Take it to trial, yeah, we live tonight. Take it to trial.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Happy to. It's Wednesday. Dang. Oh my goodness. Where the days be going? I didn't even realize that it was Wednesday already. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. This is moving way too fast for me. I guess it would make sense since we on day 3, right? Thank you. You talk about the picture behind me, Kouri. Oh gosh. Good morning, Lynn. Good morning, Jason. Hey, pretty brown girl. Hey, lady. How is everyone today? I'm like, I don't know what we got. And see, if I was reading your messages, say happy hump day. What day is it? I'm still thinking we on Tuesday. That's how lost I am in the sauce. Oof. I know. I don't know. What I could say, it's been a long week, a very different week for me. So we are in day 3. We had a total of, how many people we had yesterday? I've been doing good about taking notes. We had about 8 people on the stand yesterday. And today, I'm sure we're going to start back off with Chelsea Gibson. She was the one with the 3D scan. She was the crime scene technician that was showing us, where they found the letter, where they found other evidence when they came in the house, and they the ones that actually took the scan up. And so I know that they'll probably be back today. And I think she probably gonna take a majority of the day because I think she got a lot of stuff that she need to bring in. I know that there was another evidence technician that helped her, but I think that she's gonna be the main one. Yeah. Yeah. So yesterday we seen one. Yeah. What? I don't know why that's recording. Yeah, so we will probably see more of her today. We heard about the gummy bears yesterday. I still don't know what the clear cause of death was. Like, even with the medical ME getting up there yesterday, I don't know if y'all received it, but I don't remember her just saying. I know she wrote on the thing it was undetermined at one point in time, and I think she said fentanyl overdose. But what I did not understand about that is, like, it seemed like it was some confusion on her part, what part he passed away from. So I wonder, I know they probably gonna bring some type of ME up there, and I'm talking about Kouri's team, somebody to refute that, only because they wanted their expert to actually listen to the testimony. And we only know about that because they requested that the prosecution team kind of wait before they presented that testimony. So their expert could also listen in at the same time. So that was also interesting to see. Let's see here. You say, do I have an excuse or theory for Kouri to be not guilty? No, I don't. I don't. I don't have any I don't see how she overcomes this. Some people I can see them overcoming it, certain things, but I think the evidence is so overwhelming. She did a lot of self-snitching before the trial began. So unfortunately, her self-snitching is what got her in the position that she's going to be in. We kind of went over it the other day. Let me make sure I put this bingo card link in here for everybody that's playing bingo and pin it to the top. Yeah, she did too much self-snitching. She told on herself way too much for me. And I don't know how she gets past that, especially when we're talking about this walk the dog letter, like that right there. And I have it right here because I'm hoping that it come in soon. And also, yeah, the walk the dog letter. Then on top of that, we have where the technician just testified yesterday that they found that journal, it was like a timeline. So after she had her interview with detectives, she decided that, hey, I need to remember all this stuff. So she started writing all the stuff down. Like, this is what happened. This is, so she can be fresh, so her story can always stay the same when she was telling the detectives. So she had wrote all the stuff down. So that part I could even get with that, because sometimes you go back and you're like, okay, well, let me write everything down that I know. Between that and the emails that she sent to detectives, then on top of it, she decided once she got in jail, she wanted to kind of coach witnesses. Is nothing, the entire letter. And I think that's the problem, is that her attorneys were trying so hard to keep this letter out. They did not want this dog to be walked in court. And what happened was, it's going to be walked in court. So I guess I just don't see them getting over that part. Yeah, I don't see how they can get past that. I mean, that right there is very damaging. Because we listened to it the other day. I won't read the dog letter to y'all, but I'll let y'all listen to it. And I just don't see how they gonna get past this. And I don't know when it's coming in or who gonna bring it in. But until they can probably tell me how we get past that part of it, I can figure out ways how to get past all the rest of her shenanigans, all the rest of her drama. What I cannot get her past is this. Let me get it up because it's interesting to hear how she trying to spend this. And right after this, her attorney was like, "I'm cool. I cannot represent her." So remember, this turned into where the attorney was like, "I'm cool on this. Like I can't represent her." So, yeah. So here we go. Like, just listen to this. Wait a minute. And this is coming in the first 3 pages of this. This part is coming in.
She wants to link Eric getting the drugs and pills from Mexico, so we need some kind of connection. Her private investigator is doing some research on the ranch cartel place Eric would stay at. Here's what I'm thinking, but you have to talk to Ronnie. He would probably have to testify to this, but it's super.
So Ronnie is her brother, just so y'all know, so y'all can have some kind of idea. Yes, that's her brother. And she's writing this letter to her mom. And I guess Ronnie is the dog that she walking in this portion. They recently decided, like with the last couple motions, that this letter was coming in. They found it in her jail cell. They are able to clearly identify whose it is. So I don't know if this may be, I don't know how to get over this. And maybe y'all have an idea. But after I seen this letter, I was like, oh yeah, she done. She cooked her own self, because who's doing this? Even though this letter didn't go to anybody, Kouri then later followed up, and in a message on the phone to her brother, she tried to downplay this letter. But let's listen.
Short, not a lot to it. He will need to talk to Sky at the meeting next week.
So remember, Sky, that is her attorney. So she's saying that, hey, he gonna have to talk to my attorney next week in regards to this, and just provide this story to Sky. Now, remember what I told y'all. Sky, she withdrew from being Kouri's attorney. And they said for unreconcilable differences. So they couldn't reconcile their differences. So she was like, she cool on that. She can't represent her. So that's when she got determined to be indigent, where they did a court appointed attorney.
Upon information and belief, just like they say, a year prior to Eric's death, Ronnie was over watching football one Sunday, and Eric and Ronnie were chatting about Eric's Mexico trips. Eric told Ronnie he gets pain pills and fentanyl from Mexico, from the workers on the ranch. But not to tell me, because I would get mad, because I always said he just gets high every night and won't help take care of kids. Ronnie should have texts from Eric talking about getting high as well. Eric told Ronnie he keeps them in an allergy pill bottle in his work truck so I wouldn't find them. Ronnie never told me about the conversation. Eric finally told me and asked if Carmen could get him some. Eric never wanted anyone to know he had an issue, especially get caught. He always wanted Kouri to go down for him. Reword this however he needs to make the point just to include it all. The connection has to be made with Mexico and the drugs. Ronnie will have the messages to prove Eric confided in him about getting high. He can be short and to the point, but it has to be done. When you talk to Ronnie about this, meet up with him in person. I worry sometimes your house and phone are bugged. Tell him I need him to do this. Bring me home, and then we will get those damn bitches. We're so close to the end. Let's push through. Have the conversation with Ronnie before he meets with Sky. Then tell him to tell Sky at the meeting about the conversation. Hang in there. We're almost there. Love you to the moon.
Hey, good morning. Good morning, Derek. So you see what I'm saying? Like that letter right there, like
The
when I
infamous
first heard it, I'm like, well, I don't know. She can't get past this. Like, I don't know how she gets past this. But then, the letter didn't go out to anybody. So, okay, cool. We can go with that part. She was trying to say this Walk the Dog letter was part of a 65-page novel. She the writer of writers, but whatever, however you want to spend this, Kouri. So then we go with that part, and then here she's on the phone talking to her brother, because they put her on lockdown. So here she go again. She just got to talking too much. She got to
what the heck are they disciplining you for? And Kouri says, and then I'm on 30 days of lockdown, 23 hours a day, no commissary. Ronnie, the brother, for what? Like, they have to give you a reason, Kouri, for the paperwork. That's what they're saying, for my paperwork that they illegally found, which I wasn't hiding. It's a 65-page novel. They read the whole thing, and on the front of the novel, this is the worst part, on the front of the book, it literally says, these are true events that have happened in my life, but the statements, the events, and the way it all plays out have been falsified for a fiction novel. It's called To Heck and Back. None of this can be used against me. This is only a book. That's why I'm telling you this is insane. There was never a letter. There was never a letter in the book in an envelope. This was never a letter. Like, what the bleep are you talking about? Ronnie, they're trying to bleep her entire trial to taint the darn jury. Kouri, and her brother. And it's obvious that's what they're doing. Kouri, right. Because Ronnie says, because they're that desperate. It is unbelievable. All right.
So, yeah, there you have it. And that's her trying to clean that up once again in regards to this what they found. So she's trying to spin it. So just like creating a narrative in regards to everything. And I just don't think that she did like I said, I think she did most of the damage herself afterwards. Then we have some other journal entries. I mean, she was writing all over the place, writing and snitching all over the place, however you want to put it. But she was doing it all, and she was doing the most. And so here we are. So, yeah. So, Jason, when you asked me that question, no, I don't have an excuse or a theory for her. I can't come up with one. I could even went with good morning, Katie. I could even went with he was a abuser, because a lot of abusers, they don't let people know in their family exactly what they're doing. They want to keep it private. They don't want anybody to know. So I was okay with him being an abuser and none of his family knew. What I'm not okay with is that she decided that she wanted to, because she needed other people to kind of support the fact that he was an abuser and she really didn't have anything. So she, telling her mom to tell her brother, well, hey, Ronnie needs to tell a short story. He's probably gonna have to testify to the fact that, hey, Eric told him about a year before that he go get his narcotics from in Mexico, and he brings them back, and he doesn't tell me about it. And that's why she started telling the investigators and people, like, they go to Mexico all the time. He was just in Mexico 2 weeks earlier. So she was like planting all these little seeds in regards to it. And then unfortunately, she was silly enough to write that stuff down, or silly enough to coach people. I don't know. Maybe she should have worked on that stuff before she got arrested. I don't know. Right? She had wrote out her timeline, but she probably should have wrote out that other stuff before she got arrested. So yeah, I don't have one for Kouri. I don't know. She telling people that their phones may be bugged. Like, she was trying to cover all bases with one person and with her to support her story. Yeah, she had to remember all her lies, right? I mean, she was just doing the most. Like, she was sending emails to the investigators like, hey, I see you mentioned this, but that's incorrect. So let me correct you. Like really, like she was doing something. Like just weird. And those emails are coming in, all the text messages that are damaging to her after she was arrested are coming in, and some of her jail calls. So I don't think she gets over this at all. But I'm gonna put the courtroom fee has started, so I am gonna put us in the courtroom to see what they have in regards to Kouri today.
You folks can have a seat as you come in. Thank you. All right, please have a seat. Good morning. Thank you for your patience. We'll begin this morning with cross-examination of Ms. Gibson. Ms. Gibson, you are still under oath.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Ms. Nestor, please proceed.
May it please the court. Good morning.
Good morning.
Ms. Gibson, you and I have met before, but just for purposes of the jury, again, my name is Kathy Nestor, and I do represent Kouri Richins along with my co-counsel. So I wanted to start by just kind of revisiting what we discussed yesterday about your role in this case.
Okay.
So it's my understanding that you are, for purposes of saying it an easy, non-lawyerly way, you're the evidence lady, right?
Yes.
So all the evidence that's in this case kind of comes under your purview, right?
Yes, it does.
And you're responsible for being told when it's located, right?
Correct.
If possible, photographing it where it's found.
Yes.
If not possible, then making a log of where you're told it was found.
Correct.
Keeping those logs, safe and secure, right?
Yes.
Noting on the logs the day it was found, the location it was found, and by whom it was found.
Yes.
Making sure then that it's packaged in a way that it can't be tampered with later.
Yes.
And then storing the evidence in some way that is protected from the public or from tampering.
Yes.
And by the way, where do you store all of your evidence?
In our evidence room in the sheriff's office.
Here, just right across from this courthouse?
Correct.
Right. And that room is locked.
Yes.
And only certain people have access to that room.
Correct.
And whenever anybody goes in or out of that room, they have to sign in, right?
It's a key card access. Yes.
Okay. And then ultimately your goal is throughout the investigation, if someone needs to look at something, they got to go through you and you check it out and let them look at it and then check it back in.
Yes.
Right. And then you also, the plan is at trial, you're going to come with a box and you're going to show it to the jury. Some things they may be able to see, some they may not. But ultimately, you're going to hand all that evidence over to the jury. Is that right?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. Now, there is an exception for some types of evidence. For example, we've heard testimony in this trial about blood and bodily fluids and samples of tissue. You don't maintain those, correct?
Correct.
Pardon me?
Correct. Just to clarify, we do have a few items from the medical examiner's office that are stored in evidence.
But not fluid of
No.
nature, right?
No.
Because most of that is maintained by the medical examiner's office, right?
Correct.
Or the labs where those items were shipped.
Yes.
Okay. Is there any other type of evidence that someone other than you has a hold of in this case?
Not that I know of.
Right. So one of the pieces of evidence that you are responsible for gathering in this case included the 911 call. Is that right?
I believe so, yes.
And tell us what you did to obtain that call.
I believe I was booked into evidence on a USB.
On a little thumb drive?
Yeah.
Okay. And have you ever reviewed the USB and made sure that the call was in fact on it?
Yes.
And you verified that that was a true and accurate copy of the call?
Yes.
All right. Your Honor, at this point, we would move to admit State's Exhibit 2-40, which is the 911 call in this case.
Is this Forgive me, just so I have context. This is the same as the one we've already heard.
I did a little snippet of it in my opening, but it has not come in yet.
Mr. Bloodworth.
Your Honor, it's Ms.
Oh, my apologies, Ms. Sherman.
That's all right, Your Honor. My objection is based on hearsay. Certainly, there are portions of that call that may be admissible by the defense, but broad swaths of that, the state would object on the basis of hearsay.
Would you folks approve?
Sure.
Now, see, that confuses me. How's it hearsay? Is it not coming in? Like, y'all not going to play the entire 911 call at any point in time? And then why is the defense bringing it in? I don't know. I wonder what she said on the 911 call that the defense wants to get at in here. But it's clearly something that they want to talk about. At least in my opinion. Interesting. Y'all, did y'all notice that the gallery is not as packed as it was the day one? I see the sister and the brother-in-law. You know they got to be there because they was all in and they was handling all the business. So we see Clint, and I do see Katie. I do see Amy, the one that she punched in the throat. I see Dad. I know this is not Mom because Mom passed away from COVID. So maybe this his new woman, a new lady in his life. And do it appear like, because it looked like the courtroom is so small that they may be, are they sitting right behind Kouri? That'll be interesting to see. I have to look as we go along throughout the day because it look like they may be right behind her. Let me see. So Derek says prosecutors still need to connect the dots with the fentanyl and Justin given to Eric from the defendant, in my opinion, not in evidence, just my thoughts. Yeah, and I think that I guess, yeah, I mean, true. It's not in evidence just yet. It's just circumstantial, like what other way could it got in there? But yeah, this must be his new. I think they holding hands. They look like they could be holding hands. Don't they look like they can be holding hands? The dad and his new, yeah, because they sitting awfully close. I don't know, maybe not. Yeah, I don't know what they got to be talking about this 911 call, but yeah, I can see that, Derek, where we haven't got that established just yet. I think the problem is that the other evidence, as far as like the letters, her journals, things like that, I think that a normal person that was going through this situation and they had nothing to do with it would have no reason at all that they have to tell somebody to do certain things. Okay, yeah, they are sitting behind her. It's just some people in between them. Like, nobody has to do that. Yeah. So that part is like, you say, hey, her pushing the rug use from Eric in that letter needs to be in evidence since we don't have evidence that she gave it to him. And see, that letter's coming in. That's why I said it. She cooked her own. She snitched on herself. That letter, the first 3 pages, is coming in. There's also a journal entry that we went over the other day, guys. Let me get to it. Because they ruled on these. And I'm like, well, maybe she kept fighting because she was trying to see if the judge was going to not allow this stuff in. And if they did not allow it in, then maybe she had a chance. But she did all of this to herself. So wait a minute. Okay, where is it at? So yeah, I can tell y'all exactly the other part that's coming in. That I just don't think that she's gonna be able to get past. So we already heard them admit the state seeks an order to admit the kitchen cupboard notes from November the 7th. She testified to that yesterday, the crime scene technician. So we heard about that yesterday. The state requests an order that the 5 pages found from an orange notebook that was seized by the police on the day of the defendant's arrest are admissible. So this notebook contains what appears to be journal entries written by the defendant on March the 3rd and the 4th of 2022. So these are the days when everything was happening with Eric, that night before, that night of. And this is going, and the only way they can get it in is they have to be able to authenticate that she actually wrote it. It's not like the jail letter where they caught it and seized it in her jail cell. So, and this journal entry that they seized the day of her arrest, it describes what the defendant and Eric Richins were doing the night he died. The court determined that the statements made in the orange notebook, if written by the defendant, are not hearsay and are probative of what happened the night that Eric Richins died. The statements may be fairly compared to other statements the defendant made. The state's motion is granted, subject to the state land proper foundation. And boy, oh boy, if you don't think that they've been working on how to lay proper foundation to get that notebook in the first 5 pages, she cooked her own thing. Walk the dog letter, the one that I just showed y'all about, where she was in the thing. The court finds that the redacted, and I can show y'all the redacted one. The redacted one, we got a copy of it. It's coming in because it's showing her internal thought process about the legal crimes charged in this case. In the letter, the defendant crafts a narrative about the death of Eric Richins. That's what she did. She cooked her own goose. Yeah, you got that right. She cooked her own self. And so when you compile all that stuff, I just think that the jury is going to be too reasonable to think that they don't even care how the stuff got into a system at this point in time. She was doing all this underhand, backhand stuff, right? And that's why that didn't come in. Okay, it looked like the sidebar is over.
Any other questions about foundation related to Ms. Gibson's receipt or preservation of the 911 call?
Do you recall who you received the 911 call from?
I don't recall off the top of my head, no.
Do you know whether you downloaded it yourself off of a county database?
I wouldn't have access to that. That would only be one of the supervisors in dispatch.
So one of the dispatch people gave you the thumb drive?
I don't know how it got from dispatch to me. It was booked into a locker, I believe.
And what is that?
On our evidence locker. So when it's booked into the sheriff's office, if a deputy books it in, it typically goes into the temporary locker where they drop the key and then we collect it.
Is that what happened in this case? A deputy dropped it off?
I believe so.
How do you typically in other cases gather the 911 call for evidence purposes?
It's either that way. Sometimes I will personally request it if the detective asks me to. But either way, it's just taken from the dispatch center and booked into evidence.
So once that thumb drive got into your evidence room, it was maintained safe the way that we just talked about with all your other evidence, right?
I believe so, yes.
So there's no reason to believe that the 911 call that you have would have been tampered with in any way.
Correct.
Okay. I think that's it, Your Honor, unless the court thinks I need more. Okay. We're going to come back to the 911 call later in the trial. Okay. Court's indulgence for just a minute.
Of course.
As another part of your duties, and I want to use our language really carefully here, so if you could match my language, that would be helpful, okay?
Okay.
Were there calls between Ms. Richins and her family that you obtained recordings of?
Can you clarify?
On about a weekly basis there for a while, were you downloading calls between Kouri Richins and her family?
Are you talking about jail calls?
Your Honor, move to strike and need to approach.
Why would she say jail calls? She told her to be very careful and let's watch this language as we going along. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if they try to say, now don't be surprised if they come back talking about mistrial because, you know, they're not supposed to know that Kouri was in jail. I don't know, but I guess if somebody, you would know they got arrested and they might have been in jail. Now, if you want to pinpoint when they were in jail, then that would be something different. But I mean, everybody that goes to trial goes to jail, right? Or they don't go to jail. I don't know. Do you go to trial and not get arrested or anything like that? It just seemed like it's common sense that, so I guess maybe they can clean up the time frame and try to pinpoint it to be a different time when she went to jail. Because, you know, they're not supposed to know she incarcerated right now. Yeah, that's because she got that old low neck. It's like a turtleneck, I guess. You know what I'm saying? I forgot what they call it. It's all the way down here. Yeah, Jason. But even with them being arrested like that, they go to jail and they maybe be able to make a phone call or something, right? So you still can go to jail and get out. I mean, I'm just saying, like, you don't go from being accused of unaliving somebody or a crime and go straight to trial. Like, you go to jail at some point in time, whether you released or not released. So even if this lady is saying about the jail call when she asking, I think the lawyer has an opportunity to kind of spin this and be like, okay, we're going to stay away from the jail calls because, you know, it's reasonable to infer that she had to go to jail at some point in time, like even if it was for a day and she called somebody. I don't know what jail calls she trying to bring in or what kind of recording conversations that this lawyer trying to bring in. She probably need to leave that alone.
At the time, there are legal issues that come up that I need to discuss with the attorneys at Sidebar. This will happen throughout the course of the trial. There's no particular significance to any one of them. Second, please do not consider or speculate at any time during this case or during your deliberations about whether the defendant was or is in custody or was in custody at any time. That is not evidence of anything. You cannot consider that issue for any reason. Ms. Nister, please proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. All right. There was a time where you downloaded home wave calls. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. And those calls, when you would download them, you preserved those calls in the same way that you did all the other evidence, right?
Correct.
So it was kept in the evidence locker. No one could tamper with it or alter it.
Correct.
And some of those calls, there were transcripts made. Were you involved in the making of the transcripts of those calls?
No, I was not.
Okay, thank you. All right. So I'd like to go through with you kind of a timeline, I guess is the best word for it,
Okay.
of your activities on this case. And I'm not going to retread what Ms. Shervanak already covered with you. I'm going to try to talk about things that she didn't cover so we don't exhaust the jury, okay?
Okay.
So I want to talk first about the night of Mr. Richins' death when you arrived on the scene. When you arrived on the scene, you did mention there were already people present. Is that right?
Correct.
When you were there, were they still conducting CPR or had they ceased their efforts to try to revive Mr. Richins?
They were not working on him, no.
So at that point, you knew this was going to be a death scene, right?
Correct.
Okay. And was there somebody on the scene that was giving you tasks to complete, or were you just using your best judgment on what you needed to do while you were there?
I was there to assist Detective Woody.
So Detective Woody was the individual that kind of told you what she needed from you at the scene.
Correct.
And when you first arrived, what was it that she said she needed your assistance with?
I don't recall her exact words, but to assist in documenting the bedroom.
Okay. And you did that, right?
Correct.
Okay. And one of the pictures that you took was admitted yesterday. Just a minute. For purposes of the family, this is going to be a photograph of Mr. Richins' body under the sheet in case they'd like to step out. Can we pull up Exhibit 1-7 that was admitted yesterday and publish it, please?
Need to review it first.
Oh, yeah.
Any objection, Ms. Shervanek?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll publish that now. One moment. There.
Okay. And this is the picture that you testified yesterday that you took. Is that right? That morning?
Correct.
All right. Above the head of Mr. Richins, under the bed, there is a crumpled up sheet. Do you see that?
Yes.
And if you look directly above it to the mattress, this is one of those beds. I'm guessing it's one of those adjustable beds that's divided in the middle.
Yes.
But you can see that there is a sheet on the mattress that's the furthest to the bottom of the picture. And there's not a sheet on the mattress closest to the window. Is that right?
Correct.
And do you have an understanding of why there was no sheet on that mattress?
Yes.
What is your understanding of that?
My understanding was dispatch had instructed Kouri Richins to do CPR on Eric Richins and was then instructed to try to get him on a flatter surface for CPR. In order to do that, especially with a male, they're typically larger in weight, and so she instructed her to pull off the sheet in order to get him off the bed.
So in other words, can't lift the body because it's literally dead weight, right?
Yes.
And so the idea is to undo the sheet from the bed and then pull him down to the ground where you could do CPR on a flat surface.
Correct.
And is that because, I mean, I don't even know if you know, is it not successful to do CPR if you're on a cushy surface because you go up and down, right?
Yeah, it's typically a little bit harder on the person.
Okay. All right. And is it your understanding that the sheet that's crumpled up under the mattress that has no sheet on it, that's the sheet that he was pulled to the ground on?
I believe so.
Right. And did you examine that sheet before it was put into evidence?
I don't recall how much I examined it, but I looked at it.
Do you still have that sheet in evidence?
Yes, we do.
And is there any blood on that sheet?
I believe there was on this.
So if there was testimony here by EMTs that blood did not start coming out until after the EMTs were there, is it fair to assume that the sheet was under Mr. Richins when the EMTs were working on him?
Can you rephrase like the sheet
Well, let me
underneath
ask
him?
this way. Why did you feel that that was an important piece of evidence to gather and keep?
Because it was where he died on.
Perfect. That's what I needed.
Okay.
Thank you. All right. You can take that down, Katie. Thank you. You also, I believe, said that you photographed other areas of the bedroom, right?
Yes.
And one of the photographs that you took, I believe, was the photograph of the nightstand, which was exhibit 1-9. Can we please publish that to the jury? Exhibit 1-9. It was admitted yesterday, Your Honor. Oh, thank you. I gotta get a screen on this thing. Okay, and that's the picture that you took as well, right?
Correct.
Now, when you took that picture, there's a wallet on the nightstand.
Yes.
Do you know how that wallet got there?
I believe it was placed there. I don't recall who placed it. It was there when I arrived, but I was told that it was retrieved from the kitchen.
So is it fair to say then that anything under that wallet that might have been residue on the nightstand could have been altered or changed by placing the wallet on the stand that night?
Not by just placing a wallet on top of an object.
Did you ever pick up the wallet and photograph what was underneath it?
Yes, we did.
You did pick up, and where's that photograph?
I believe OME Sessions documented that.
Okay. And did you open the drawers and photograph what was in the drawers of the nightstand?
I don't believe so, no.
Were you aware at that point that a hydrocodone bottle had been removed from one of the drawers?
I didn't know where it had come from, and it was taken with the decedent.
Okay. So you did not take the hydrocodone bottle into your custody?
No.
Did you open it and photograph the inside of it?
I believe that was OME Sessions.
Okay. So you can't testify whether there were pills in it or not at
No.
the time?
No, I cannot.
Did you ever recover that pill bottle back?
No, we did not.
Okay. I thought that was one of the pill bottles you introduced yesterday. Not?
No.
That was a different hydrocodone bottle?
Which hydrocodone bottle are you referring to?
So yesterday you introduced a packet, and you remember we came up and you were trying to untape the bottle and looked in one of them, but there was
Yeah.
another pill bottle with that one. Where were those taken from?
It's in that same packaging from the master bedroom, the master bathroom, like linen closet area.
Okay, so the hydrocodone bottle you introduced yesterday was found in the bathroom.
That misstates the evidence.
Would you lay some more foundation, Ms. Nestor?
How do you know where it was found?
I was there that day, and it was found in the bathroom.
Okay.
And
So-
when you say it, for my
I need
benefit,
clarification.
yeah,
It's not
could
clear
we,
what-
I need
Okay.
I'm having pronoun trouble here.
Let's
Can
do
you be
this.
specific about which item you're referring to?
Let's make it really easy. Let's pull your package out because you
Okay.
still got them with you,
Yes,
right?
I do.
You got your box. Okay. Let's pull out package number. Just a moment. I shall find it.
Is it 9-1?
I'm looking. Yes. Okay, may I approach Your Honor just for a minute? I forgot I didn't have that.
Yeah, of course.
No, this-
Can you take it out? Sorry. Make it blow out. Okay. So that was my bad. I got the bottles mixed up. So the bottle you just looked at was something called monocycline or something like that, right?
Yeah,
And that was a prescription for Ms. Richins.
correct.
Okay. So those were found in the bathroom.
Yes,
And that includes the quetiapine.
quetiapine. Correct.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. And those were found in the bathroom.
Correct.
And where was the quetiapine bottle found?
It was in one of the baskets that was in that linen closet in the master bathroom.
Okay. So what happened to the hydrocodone bottle that was sent with the body of the decedent?
It's under the medical examiner's office protocol to keep that until they're done.
So you don't have that bottle.
I do not know.
So all we have is a picture of that bottle.
Correct.
So it has never been taken for testing by you to anyone.
Correct.
So if there was fentanyl residue in that empty pill bottle from 2016, we won't know it because you never took it to be tested, right?
I was never given the bottle, no.
Okay. While you were there that day, you also did not take any photos of the kitchen. Is that right?
Correct.
And you did not take any photos of the kitchen sink
Correct.
or what was in it.
Correct.
And you did not take into your custody any items that were in the kitchen sink. Is that right?
Correct.
And you also did not take any pictures of the closet.
Correct.
And later, we've had pictures be introduced. When you did your Matterport walkthrough, we saw an image of a green jacket where the gummies were kind of sticking out of a pocket. That green jacket, you can't say whether that was there the day that you were there or not.
I cannot. And just to clarify, I did take, I think, 2 photos of the closet, just not that side of the closet.
Okay. So you took photos of, and I'm using this from my experience, but in my house, there's a woman's side of the closet, which is much bigger, and a very small man's side of the closet. Is that the way it was set up in Ms. Richins' house?
I don't recall.
Okay. And you also did not go inside the cabinet over the toilet when you were taking pictures of the bathroom and open the cabinet and see if there were gummies in there, did you?
I did not.
Okay. Also, there was a picture that has come in your Matterport where there was a little dot above the refrigerator where you said that some gummies in a clear plastic bag were found, right?
Correct.
And you didn't go above the kitchen and open that cabinet and take any pictures that morning.
No, I did not. Are you referring to the morning of the death?
Correct.
Correct.
Thank you for helping me be specific. I'll try to keep my dates straight. So since you were personally the one who knows where every single thing was found, isn't it true that all the gummies, with the exception of the gummies that were found in the jacket in the closet, were all stored high up where children would not be able to reach them?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. All right. Just 1 second. I think we're going to move to another day. Oh, you mentioned when you were describing paraphernalia that you did not see any paraphernalia that day. Is that right?
The day of the death?
Yes.
Correct.
Thank you. I'm sorry. I'm going to get better.
You're fine.
The day
You're
of
good.
the death.
Correct.
And you mentioned paraphernalia is things that we might be familiar with, which would be like bongs or vape pens or scales or little baggies you would put drugs in or something like that, right?
Correct.
Things that would store drugs.
Correct.
Is it possible that if someone had, in your experience, when you've been to scenes, have you experienced where people put pills in different bottles than what the bottle actually says they are when they're illicit drugs?
Are you talking about like prescription bottles?
Mhm.
Yes.
So if you saw an empty prescription bottle near the body that had expired 6 years before, could that possibly be paraphernalia if it was used to store illicit drugs?
If it was used to store illicit drugs, it could be considered.
Okay, thank you. You also, that day of the death, you did not go upstairs at all, correct?
Correct.
You also did not go downstairs.
Correct.
Since then, you've walked through, viewed, videoed, measured this whole entire house. You're aware now that there's a kitchen downstairs, right?
Correct.
And are you also aware that there was liquor stored downstairs?
I was not.
Did you notice in all these tours that you did and videos that there was an actual beer fridge downstairs filled with beer?
On the day of the Matterport, or which day we were?
Any day you were there.
I don't recall.
Did you notice there was liquor bottles in the cabinet in the kitchen downstairs?
I believe there were some. I'm not sure about how many though.
Did you ever photograph any of those?
If I did, it would have been in my overall photographs.
Also, the day of the death when you were taking photographs, did you photograph anything in the kitchen trash?
No, I didn't photograph the kitchen.
All right. Did you notice anything set around the kitchen? For example, cut up limes or drink mixes or anything on the counter? Did you notice any of that?
I didn't enter the kitchen.
Never even went in it.
No.
Thank you for clarifying that. Then I won't waste my time with more questions about the kitchen. Okay. So let's move now to the next time that you were in that house, which my understanding would have been April the 13th of 2022. Is that right?
Correct.
And what was the reason you were there?
We were there to serve a search warrant.
And this is going to seem like a silly question, but I need to make the record. So when you all execute a warrant of a home, do you tell the people in advance, hey, FYI, we're going to be at your house at 9 and we're going to be searching everything you own? Do you do that?
I don't.
No.
No.
As a matter of fact, it's important for searches to be done well and done professionally, that the person not know they're coming, right?
Correct.
And you guys actually take pretty extreme steps to make sure the person's not tipped off that you're about to search their entire house, right?
Correct. But you, just to clarify, I am not law enforcement officer. I'm not sworn, so that's up to the detectives.
I appreciate you making that distinction. I will not suggest otherwise. But you are certainly a critical part of the search process, right?
Correct.
And why is that?
I'm there to document everything and photograph, collect anything of importance.
So really, I mean, you're like the hub of the whole search, right? Like everything's coming to you that they find in that house.
Correct.
All right. So I know you're not a sworn officer. Maybe you don't carry a gun, but you sure are important to the search process. Right?
Correct.
Okay. So knowing that and knowing your role, you would never tip someone off that you were coming to search through all their personal belongings, would you?
No.
And is there any reason that you all believed that Ms. Richins knew in advance you guys were coming to her house?
Well, let's find out if she has any knowledge,
Right.
and then we'll know whether or not it's speculation.
I would just ask like a more precise question. I think and I'm not picking on Ms. Nestor, but I think it was you all, and I think we just need a little more.
Can we just limit the
Detail.
question to
Yes.
Ms. Gibson?
It's a Southern thing.
Yeah.
Y'all is just in my
Okay.
I'm
my
not
blood.
picking on her. I just wanted to be clear.
I'll try not to
Would
say
you
y'all.
restate the question and limit it to this witness?
I'm happy to. I will try to keep y'all out of my vocab, but it's hard. It's deep in there. Did you have any reason to know that Ms. Richins either suspected there was a search coming or knew there was a search coming?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. So what steps did you, not y'all, what step did you take to prepare to go to that house that morning on the 13th?
I just made sure I had enough equipment to bring to the home, whether it be packaging, tape, property seizure forms, stuff like that.
Was there a debriefing prior where all the officers and you talked about how you were going to approach the home, how you were going to approach Ms. Richins, what the plan was once you got there?
I believe there was a briefing beforehand, yes.
Did you attend that briefing?
I don't recall, but I believe I was in there for part of it.
Okay. And how many officers were planning on being at that search, to your recollection?
I couldn't put a number on it. I'm not sure.
Rough estimate of how many people were in that debrief?
I'd say at least 5.
Okay. And when you all got to the scene, did you drive your own vehicle?
No, I drove a evidence van.
And how many police cars do you remember being at the scene that morning or throughout that day?
I don't recall. I'd say at least a couple.
When you arrived on the scene, was Ms. Richins in the home?
I don't believe so, no.
Did she at some point return to the home, or were you not even involved in that process?
I don't believe I was involved in that process.
So you never even saw her that day?
I don't believe so.
At any point were you asked to go check on the items that were in her vehicle when she was stopped that day?
No.
So you don't know what was in her truck the day that she was pulled over?
No.
And no one ever asked you to like say, hey, these items were in the truck where she was removed from during our search?
I don't believe it. So, and just to clarify, you're referring to the April 13th.
Yes, all
Okay.
these questions are the 13th
Okay.
until I switch, okay?
Okay.
So no one asked you to inventory any of the items in her personal vehicle?
No.
Did the search warrant cover the vehicles in the house?
I believe there were 2 vehicles inside the garages that were included. I'm unaware. I wasn't part of that part of the search during her stop, so I'm unaware.
Okay. Do you remember the weather that day?
It was winter. It was cold.
It was really cold, right?
Yeah.
Snow on the ground. Remember when we used to have snow in Park City?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. All right. How long were you at the house that day? The 13th.
Believe we were there for about a half day. We were there for several hours.
Was there also a member there at the home on that day from the U.S. Postal Service that you can recall?
Yes.
What's his name?
Believe it's Smoot.
Right. Agent Smoot. Why was Agent Smoot there? What was your understanding of his role at the search?
My understanding was pursuant to the search warrant, they were looking for anything that could have been mailed to the house that would have contained drugs or paraphernalia.
Right. And Mr. Smoot works for the Postal Service, so he would be looking for things that were mailed, right?
Correct.
Like illegal drugs.
Yes.
Okay. And to your knowledge, did he ever give you any that day to check into evidence, anything that was an illegal drug or a postage that looked like it was connected to illegal drugs?
Not that I ever recall.
All right. Was it your understanding? You okay?
I just need some napkins. Sorry.
Oh.
Ms. Nestor, I have a scheduling conflict at 9:30. Is this an appropriate place
Sure.
to pause?
Sure is.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is no fault of the attorneys. I have an unavoidable scheduling conflict from 9:30 to 10:30. We didn't want to lose all of that time this morning. We have gotten as much done as we could. We're going to take a recess. Fair reminder, please don't talk about this case or anything related to it. You are free to talk about everything else. Current events, your family's sports, whether the Spurs are actually going to make it to the finals. That's all fair game. But please, no talking about this case. You are allowed to use your personal devices during this recess, but do not use them to post about the case or to do any research, and please avoid any social media or other reports about the case during that time. Thank you for your patience. I promise we'll get back on the record as soon as we can. Please rise for the jury. Folks, have a seat, please. Ms. Gibson, during this break, like overnight, you are proverbially still on the stand. Please isolate yourself. Don't confer with anyone. Okay. The court is in recess until 10:30. Thank you for your time.
And recess to 10:30. They taking a I don't have it muted.
We will have you come back tomorrow morning, ready to go at
Yep, tomorrow.
8:30 a.m. Between now and then, same instructions. Please do not speak about this case with anyone. Please do not allow anyone to speak about the case to you. Please do not read, listen to, or watch any reports about this case from any source. You just have to affirmatively avoid those things. Please don't do any searches on the internet about this case at all. Thank you for your patience. Please travel safe. We'll see you tomorrow morning, 8:30 a.m. Please rise for the jury.